Yes, sasa leo sina firimbi, so hiyo ndo sasa ya kuanzisha. But welcome to Sporty Monday hapa hivi. Quite the eventful weekend we had, both locally and it was about players on both sides. One player in Kenya refused to play because hajalipwa. On the other side, mwingine akakataa kutoka kwa sababu ati alikuwa anaona ni kama anaweza sana, na ndio akawezesha timu yake kulose. So ndio alikuwa anaweza. But before I start hurting people's feelings and stepping on their toes, let me introduce them first. We have Ken Erickson Njeru, fresh from Msafara. Karibu sana Nairobi.
Asante.
Then we have Steven Shitara, who leo ameamua atavaa so long as I got my suit and tie. Amevaa tie na suit na color ya tie
ya Man City.
It's called it's turquoise. A turquoise tie na ni ya Man City. Ilhali ni wa Chelsea. Labda nikupatie sekunde 5 ujieleze. Ni kwa nini?
The tie has nothing to do with
your allegiance.
With my allegiance. Sijahama. Niko.
Uko tu.
Kabisa.
Sawa. We also have Fred Arocho looking dapper kama kawaida, and who is not pleased with, among other things, Paul Pogba's performance. And
well, it was terrible to say the least. I was expecting a lot from Paul Pogba because he played so well for me in the last 3 or 4 matches. He's one of the players who has performed so well since Jose Mourinho left. But yesterday for me was a disaster.
Ulisema umbo ambaye imekosa center ball. Ni sawa, we'll get into that later. Imekatika. And John Kianda, who claims, and the word is claims, notice my choice of words, that he's not happy even after his team dislodged Manchester United.
I didn't say I'm not happy.
You say that or just gave it by?
Okay, what one get number 4? Wengine 6, wengine 5. Okay.
You see Manu liwatoa namba, mulitoa Manu number 6.
Na alimake sure leo amenisalimia hivi.
But I have to say this. Maybe for the first time on the show to disagree na Arocho. That game Manchester United, it's like a win for them. Pogba anasema Pogba didn't play well. There was no Martinez, no Herrera. That was a makeshift midfield. Pogba had to defend, Pogba had to create. Pogba played his best. Rashford played his best. Lukaku for me played better than any other Liverpool striker. So for the first time, praises to Lukaku. Maybe that was
and Manchester
and he
United
looked more dangerous than even Mo Salah. Xherdan Shaqiri, the laziest striker I've ever seen in the Premier League so far this season has to be Daniel Sturridge. It was a flop last evening. Big flop. Cannot create chances, cannot even pass the ball. I mean, for United, I have to say congratulations to them. They gave their best. And you could see the fight in that team. Even after Mata got injured, Lingard got injured, and Herrera. That was a big blow to them, especially now that they were missing Matic. And when the substitution went wrong, I think it's more of a win to United.
The substitute got substituted. Arocho, why do you think Pogba alikuwa nje?
Well,
let's just start it off there. Yes.
Look at the statistics. Since Jose Mourinho left, Paul Pogba has assisted 6 goals. He scored himself 6 goals. That's a total of 12 direct involvement in goals. So basically, I was expecting a lot from him. And how do you describe a big player? You describe a big player in big matches. You don't describe a big player in small matches. Yesterday was his platform to describe himself. I was expecting more from him in that midfield. He lost a lot of of his balls. 70% of his ball positively he lost. Well, I'll echo his sentiments. As far as defending is concerned, he did a lot of good defending. Also, when there was a lot of attack after Juan Mata went down on injury, Lindiga also went down on injury. But I'm looking at him positively, the kind of assists I've seen him do since Jose Mourinho left. Because since Jose Mourinho left, Paul Pogba has been given a free role. And I was expecting a lot from that. I understand why his argument is that way. It's because as an Arsenal sympathizer, I think they were expecting a lot from Liverpool yesterday. The fact that Liverpool did not beat Manchester United was a disappointment to them. But for Manchester United followers, this was a big stage. This was a big match. If in any case Manchester United stamped the authority in that particular match, then the contention for the number 2 or number 3 could have begun.
You know what?
Yes.
Let me defend myself. I could be an Arsenal sympathizer, as Arocho says. But I said on Friday, remember what I told you on Redeem Junction? If United had their best players on the pitch, they could have beaten Liverpool yesterday. I was for United to win that game yesterday. And Arocho, where I'm differing with him is because all this time, Paul Pogba has defined himself in big games. Against Tottenham, against Chelsea. It was Pogba who was running the show. But look at who was playing alongside in that midfield. There was Ander Herrera, there was Matic. Yesterday, both players were not there. They had to bring in Andreas Pereira. They had to bring in McTominay also was there. So as much as Pogba should have created those chances as Arocho expected, he also had a responsibility to lead a midfield that is not used to playing with alongside. So he had to defend and at the same time create those chances. And which to me, Pogba was actually dangerous anytime he got an opportunity to create those assists. So I have to say United gave their best. 100% their best, 150%. Because at some point, if you looked at it, Rashford was trending yesterday because of the sacrifice he made to the team. He was injured. Actually, he was the first player to get injured. But he played for 90 minutes. Ole Gunnar said, now he understands. Rashford understands playing for that badge. And he could actually, he was even more dangerous than a fit Mo Salah. He was even dangerous more than a fit Sadio Mane. And Lukaku, look at the way Lukaku alijituma jana. Big Rom, actually, he defended very well. There are a couple of corners that Lukaku defended very well. There are crosses that he gave. Look at the cross that he gave to Smalling, and Smalling missed it. That could be a goal. Actually, more dangerous playing on the wing yesterday. And I like the way Ole Gunnar showed, with no options now, because Rashford now was just limping. He brought him to the midfield. Now, sasa unajua kimtoka wing umeleta kwa midfield, it simply means he won't do most of the runnings. But despite all that, United played their best. Look at the defense. Those guys were top of their game yesterday. They didn't want to lose that game. And that's why maybe we'll disagree with Arocho.
I'll allow Steven to name, but before acha nikuje niangalie kama uko sawa. Defend Manu sana.
No, it's quite unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate that the defense is coming from him. And that's why I say he's a sympathizer. He's so happy that it happened the way it happened.
No, listen. I could be an Arsenal sympathizer, as he said. But if you were listening to Hot 96 throughout last week, if you listen to Kijono Citizen Radio, I said if United were their best, if Anthony Marshall was fit, if Jesse Lingard was fit, if Ander Herrera and the likes of Mata did not get injured, United could have won that game yesterday.
That's right.
I think I will side with the Kianda.
Hey,
thank you.
In one of the rare cases.
Very rare.
Liverpool yesterday gave a very poor performance. That was pale because everyone expected constipation, as Kianda would say.
90 minutes of constipation.
90 minutes constipation. It didn't come through. So to me, I think that was a very good plan by Ole Gunnar. He's a very young manager, and I think he has started to master the art of football. Because everyone expected Salah will bag 2 goals, Mane 2 goals. It will end.
Scored against Manu.
Yeah, it will end 4-2. But unfortunately, they found a very solid team. Lukaku was employed as a winger, and he was giving the likes of Akina Matip a lot of trouble. So to me, Arocho, I believe Manchester United were prepared yesterday more than Liverpool. And a draw, when you have all your players, your key players injured, I think I will agree with Kianda. It was a win for Manchester United.
Hey, what do you think, Ken Erickson? Manake unajua pale pia Mo Salah, as Shitara amesema, was expected to shine. I must say, however, though, Van Dijk alisaidia sana, because all aerial balls ilikuwa nakutana na hiyo kichwa ya miadi. Inapakwa mafuta. chase away.
Kumbuka hizi timu mbili, timu ya Liverpool na timu ya Manchester United ni timu ambazo siku zimepita si timu zimekuwa na form nzuri sana wakiingia kwa mechi ya jana. Na kwangu ni timu ambazo zimekuwa rivals kwa muda mrefu sana. Kumbuka ni timu ambazo zimeweza kushinda vikombe mingi za English Premier League. Na kwa ile mechi ungeangalia vizuri vile Kenda amesema tu, hukuona Mane, hukuona Salah. Na kumbuka substitute wao kama mchezaji kama Shaqiri ambaye ni mchezaji, si kwangu si mchezaji anafaa kuwa anachezea timu ya Liverpool kulingana na mimi, kwa sababu ni mchezaji ambaye tuliona akitoka timu ya Stoke City na kuingia kwa timu ya Liverpool ambayo ni viatu kubwa sana alikuwa ameenda kujaza pale timu ya Liverpool. Na ukiangalia kwa ile mechi tena ukiangalia Daniel Sturridge vile Kenda amesema ni mchezaji ambaye hajakuwa akicheza mechi mingi, amekuwa jeraha hapa kule, na ni mchezaji ambaye hajakuwa akicheza sana kwa timu ya Liverpool. Kwa hivyo nafikiri kwangu mimi kwa ile mechi ingekuwa mzuri sana wangecheza na mchezaji kama Divock Origi ambaye ameweza kuwasaidia sana katika mechi ambazo kama hizi ngumu. Unakumbuka mechi yao wakicheza na timu ya Everton ambapo waliingia na kufunga dakika ya mwisho. Kwa hivyo ni mechi ambayo timu ya Manchester United walikuwa washinde, kwa sababu ukiangalia mchezaji kama Paul Pogba aliweza kucheza ile nafasi yake na kuweza kupoa ile position ya kuweza kuwa na freedom ya midfield, na ilikuwa pigo kubwa sana kwao kwa sababu kukosa Ander Herrera kwa ile mechi kupitia jeraha Mata na Jesse Lingard, ambaye Kenda alisema Jesse Lingard anakuwa kwa uwanja wakuwa na Rashford na uweze kuwa na mchezaji kama Lukaku itakuwa strike force kubwa sana kwa timu ya Manchester United. Kwangu mimi nafikiri ilikuwa mechi ya Manchester kushinda ile mechi.
Right, we have before we continue also just want to remind guys, or rather tell you, rather not remind because we haven't told you yet, the question of the day today, based on also a topic we're going to be discussing here, the Carabao Cup. Yesterday where Chelsea lost on penalties. We want to ask this question looking at what happened when Kepa was, they tried to substitute him, akakataa. Sarri lost his mind, his cool, and ultimately the game. This is the question we're asking. Do you think that our players in modern football more powerful than the coach? Are players in modern football more powerful than the coach? The hashtag to use is Daybreak. The SMS line is 22422. And also you can also give your comments about Sarri. Do you think Sarri should go, Sasa? Is this it? Is this the straw that broke the camel's back? So put it in the context, and those are the numbers you can call as well. 0719 777 0742 961 343. You can also call us on those numbers there. You can SMS us, and you can use the hashtag, and we continue to value your feedback. Talk about that game, you know, that the Carabao Cup final. Watu wanasema kwamba ni cup ndogo, lakini vile City wali celebrate haikuwa na kani ndogo, walifurahi sana. I think sijui kana kuja na ka AKA sa dolari. But anyway, what happened at the end there? And Shitari, we started having this discussion yesterday night, and I'll start with you. What do you think in terms of Kepa and Sarri, what we saw? What are your sentiments on that?
My sentiments are that Sarri is not sure of what he's doing at Chelsea, because when he started that game, he was so sure in his mind that he's going to lose. Because when you try to substitute a goalkeeper, when you know that you are heading into penalties, planning for the penalties, then it means as a coach you've lost your plot. Sarri was angry because he knew Willy Caballero is very good at stopping those spot kicks. And to me, I think he lost it because you only substitute Sarri. You substitute an injured player. And the communication, you'd get it from the doctors. So to me, the doctors and the player himself. But the player said, I'm okay. I don't think the doctors advised Sarri to substitute Kepa. But I think he was substituting Kepa because he was preparing for penalties. And that shows that this is a coach who did not come into this match ready to win. So to me, I think Chelsea at the moment is colorless, tasteless, shapeless.
Kama shabiki wa Chelsea nitakataa na matamshi yake ya Shitera, kwa sababu mtu aliona hii mechi kutoka dakika ya kwanza hadi dakika ya 120. Ni mtu aliona a different Chelsea team ikicheza na timu ya Manchester City, kwa sababu ukiangalia ile mechi ni mechi ambayo waliweza kukaba mchezaji Aguero hakuonekana kwa ile mechi. Kumbuka Kevin De Bruyne akaweza kuonekana kwa ile mechi. Kwangu mimi ilikuwa mechi ya Chelsea ya kushinda. kushinda, kwa sababu ukiangalia pia zile mianya waliweza kucreate kwa ile mechi na ukikompare na 6-0 ambayo walipigwa na timu ya Manchester City, utaona a different Chelsea team. Na kwangu mimi kidole cha lawama chaelekea kwake Azpilicueta, kwa sababu kama leader na kama captain wa timu ya Chelsea angeweza kwenda na ongea na kipa Arrizabalaga aweze kutoka kwa ile mechi, ama aweze au kupeana reason mzuri ya kuendelea kucheza kwa ile mechi. Lakini tuliona David Luiz mwenyewe ndiye anaenda kuongea na kipa, na Luiz kulingana na mimi venye namjua alimwambia usiondoke kwa hii mechi. Kwa hivyo kwangu mimi, na ukiangalia mechi kikamilika, uliweza kuona Arrizabalaga akiweza kufunga jicho kwa kamera kuonyesha mimi ni mnoma kuliko Sari. Kwa hivyo mimi Chelsea ilicheza mchezo mzuri, lakini hiyo confusion ya mwisho ilikuwa, nakumbuka timu ya Manchester City wakishinda hii kikombe ya EFL, Caballero ni aliweza kusimamisha mikwanjo ya penalty wakishinda hiyo kikombe. Kwangu mimi ameweza kucheza vizuri sana. Nakumbuka pia kwa kikombe ya Europa Cup ameweza kuweka clean sheet 6 kwa mechi ambazo wamecheza. Ni kipa ambaye tunajua kwa sport kick anajua kusimamisha. Kwa hivyo mimi kama supporter wa timu ya Chelsea ningesema Arrizabalaga alifaa kutoka, na nitaendelea kushirikiana na John George Terry ambaye alisema huyu jamaa alikosea.
I think you are also losing a plot here, because
yeye Nasari ni kitu
huyu Nasari ni kitu moja. Wewe ni sympathizer wa Sari.
Hapana.
Na wacha nikwambie, a coach who is going to win a game, to me nilisema kwamba mbona hakuanza na huyo Willy Caballero na alikuwa anaanza hizo mechi zingine. He should have started with Willy Caballero if he knew he's a good keeper than Kepa.
But is it not allowed to change their mind?
That's
tactically.
Okay, that's why I'm saying, and to just correct Ken Erickson, Chelsea did not play yesterday because they planned to play that way. Because they found an easy Manchester City, which was
easy Manchester yenye iko na Kevin De Bruyne.
Let me land. You've not gotten my point. An easy Manchester City, which to them winning the Carabao Cup was fine, losing was fine. It's not the EPL where they are sure we want 3 points and more goals to
ungeangalia celebration ya timu ya Manchester City na useme kumbuka Manchester City ni timu ambayo ilisema Pep Guardiola anataka kushinda vikombe zote hii msimu. Kwa hivyo hakuna kikombe ndogo kwa timu ya Manchester City, na nasema vizuri sana timu ya Manchester City jana iliweza kuchezwa mchezo mkali sana na timu ya Chelsea ambao wako na expect kwa ile mechi.
Let's go to the basics. Let's just go to the basics. Who is the coach? Who is a coach in the team? Is the head. I'll support him in this instance, because a coach doesn't make a substitution because somebody is injured. No, he makes a substitution because he believes in whatever he wants to do. I'm going to be very hard on Kepa. Why? Because he's there to take instructions. I think he did a very big mistake.
But not wrong instructions.
Either way, the coach is the leader. And I think he's lost his dressing room. Because the coach was to make that substitution simply because he felt he needed a change. It's not because Kepa was injured. And that's why I have a problem with my friend Ashiter.
1 minute, we have a caller, Ibrahim from Mombasa. Ibrahim Madhenge kutoka Mombasa. Ibrahim, what is your view about our discussion in terms of coaches and players na power wanapewa?
Habari zenu kwanza. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Habari zenu kwanza.
Mzuri sana.
Mimi nataka kuzungumzia hapa, kuna jamaa kuhusu Manchester hiyo na Liverpool. Wasikia? Unajua hakuna kitu unaweza kusema. Kuna mtu hapo jamaa mmoja amesema Manchester alikuwa kujitayarisha. Hiyo ni kujitayarisha aina gani hiyo? Mara 3 watu wote wameumia. Huo ni woga. Kuna mpira hapo boss. Wasikia?
Tumesikia.
Huyo Odeguna sio Lekaparo ajitayarishe mechi bado. Hata na timu vidogo. Moja apambane na timu ya kisasa bado. Usikia?
Haya hapo sawa, asante Ibrahim.
Yeye ni timu gani kwanza?
Niko na Ibrahim 100%. Niko naye 100%. Hapa hakuna kujitayarisha. The game is on, the league is on, so there's no excuse. Going back to what I was saying earlier, guys, the coach is the boss. And that's why when the team messes, the coach is sacked. You've never heard that a player is sacked because the team lost. No, it's the coach who is sacked because ultimately is the guy to make decisions. So I think he's going to be reprimanded. Take my word, Kepa is going to be reprimanded. He's going to be fined by Chelsea because you could even see the coach walking away. Just before the penalty,
But
he walked off.
He should have just gone.
And somebody said, is he walking away from the job? My commentators,
Yeah, you just have walked
let's take
away.
Kiana before he goes to read the sports news on Hot 96.
You know, ningekula Jeff 20k jana. But I'm sure kama ingekuwa ni story gani ningekuwa the constipation I could have gone through before I won that money. Was serious. Let me agree with Mure. And it's diplomatic to disagree sometimes. Huh? Chelsea played well. They played their best. If you compare what happened at Etihad to what happened yesterday.
We need a thermometer.
To what happened yesterday. To what happened yesterday, they gave their best. No one should tell me that City is a weak side. It's not a weak side at all.
I don't think Easy and City go in one sentence.
It's even if they play Team B, still a strong team than some of those top 6 teams. Truth be told, Chelsea defended well, they played well, and that's why it went to extra time. If it was an easy City side, Chelsea could have won that game. So there's no way you can say at City went to that game wakijua ati kikombe si ya maana, hii kikombe si ya maana. Every player wants, every coach wants to win all those trophies. Iwe Super Cup, even kwa pre-season. It's always good when you win those titles. And Pep, at some point, they were asking him if they're going to win the 4 titles. He said it might be difficult, but we want to win every title. So they went to that game. It's a final, and there's no way Pep compromised that team. To Kepa, I think kuna wachezaji Chelsea wanadharau Sarri. And if you try those things with the likes of Diego Simeone Simeone atakukujia kwa dressing room, atakukujia kwa uwanja. Afadhali apigwe suspension, atumwe kwa stands, lakini utatoka. But come to think of it, if it's true that he had cramps, as Sarri said after that game, the post-match interview, if it's true that he was injured, then it was just right for him to. Once your number is up, it's important that you just leave the field.
We have James Opondo from Nairobi. James, thank you so much for calling in. What are your views on the subject?
I think Shitera is wrong today, and that can be seen with the kind of tie he's putting on. So I want to say this. On the finals, I think Shitera did not watch that game. If you see the kind of game that we played yesterday, putting Jorginho close to Kante was the best thing that Sarri could do. And I think we lost that game because Kepa disrespected the club. Just imagine John Terry, Frank Lampard, and Drogba in that field. Do you think Kepa could have remained when he was being substituted? No. We don't have a captain, and it is high time that Chelsea, as a football club, we support the manager. And Shitara, you are very wrong. I think you're being affected because of FC is losing, is going to be relegated or something. You're just confused. Today, I don't know where you slept. You did not watch the game. And I think we should have Sarri as the manager. I'm not sympathizing with him, but he's learning from the mistake. We complained about the left back, Alonso. He gave us Amazon, which was good for us. We could not play CHO, Carlson Hudson-Odoi, because that was a final. We should get him to play 20 or 30 minutes before the game ends. And I think we should support the manager. It's something that we should learn as Chelsea fans. And Shitera, please, don't always hit on players or on managers because they're losing. Every manager can lose. So what I can say is that please let us support the manager, and then we'll get results. If we give him time, we'll get results.
All right, James, asante sana. Shitera, right on.
So could you hand over person?
You should not always hit on coaches.
And I think James is just saying what I've been saying all along here, but in a different language. I said Alonso has failed the left back. We are having Emerson Palmieri. Why are you not playing Palmieri? I've just said it here. If Willy Caballero was winning the Carabao Cup from the word go, why play Arrizabalaga to bring the frustration at the end of the game? That shows you that this is a coach who is not sure of his starting lineup. This is a coach who is not sure of his tactics. This is a coach who has lost form. And you see even the players, for David Luiz to come and tell Kepa Arrizabalaga, usitoke, it means a coach has a problem. Coach ambaye hajui system yenye anaweza cheza against Manchester City, against Manchester United, is just playing the same system. You see, during Antonio Conte's era, you could not understand which system will apply. But kwa hii game unajua tu Jorginho atakuwa, Kante wide, Barkley wide, Hazard, Willian, utapigwa. A coach who studies a game, utapigwa. So to me, James Opondo, you are offside because hii kazi yote ni ya coach. Coach ndiye anapanga team.
But on the flip side though, there are other, somebody else would argue the same thing. One, that study needs time.
Yes.
Two, that they are still, let's look at Liverpool for example. The front three have been constant apart from Firmino. Most of the games, ni Firmino, Mane, Salah.
Lakini, nataka kupeana mfano. You see, so long as you're winning. You see, when you lose, I once said here, why should you play Jorginho? Try something else. After all, you are losing. There is nothing to lose. Why can't you? And then I just want to follow it up to James Opondo. You see, the coach has lost the dressing room. And once you lose the dressing room, my friend, as a coach, you will not survive. Whether he will be sacked or not, Chelsea will continue registering poor results. So take it from me.
Yes. Lakini kwangu mimi nitaangazia Sarri na Pep Guardiola wakati Pep Guardiola aliingia timu ya Manchester City mara ya kwanza. Kumbuka msimu kama huu wakati kama huu timu ya coach Pep Guardiola alikuwa ameshinda mechi 27, lakini ukiangalia Sarri ameweza kushinda 28 games. Kwa hivyo kwangu mimi Sarri apewe muda, na nitaongelea hiyo vile umesema kuhusu Jorginho, kwa sababu kwa mechi ya Malmo niliweza kuona Jorginho akianza akiwa bench na akacheza na N'Golo Kante akicheza defensive midfield, na ni mechi ambayo tuliona Kante wakicheza vizuri sana na Ross Barkley katika ile midfield. Ni kumaanisha Jorginho ile mechi baada yake kuingia dakika ya 74 aliweza kusaidia timu ya Chelsea kushinda ile mechi 3-1. Kwa hivyo Jorginho, as long as tunaendelea kumkashifu, bado anasaidia timu ya Chelsea.
But you see that game
just to wrap up.
I don't want to drop
just to wrap up.
Yes.
Your enemy's enemy is your friend. I like the way they're arguing. These are my enemies. Their friend, their enemy is my friend. So me, I'm not worried.
You sorry, the caller's name, please. Desmond Biwott. Desmond Biwott from LD. Desmond, what are your views on the topic?
Kwanza nasalimia Fred Arocho.
Salama sana.
Amesalimika.
Mimi nataka kusema hii mtu ameona jua ya leo hajafutwa kazi.
Sorry?
Nasema huyu Sarri hajafutwa kazi mpaka saa hii.
Unashangaa?
Mimi nashangaa kocha mwingine anajua Kanga atakuwa kwenye huyo jamaa. Sema huyu jamaa anacheza game moja kila siku, hata game ile imesambaratika atapigwa.
So wewe unaona Sarri afutwe?
Mimi kena afadhali huyo jamaa afutwe. Nasikia hata tumenyimwa tuwezi leta players, walete watu wote wenye wako loan ndio tujue leo hasa Daudi cheza, bila huyo jamaa hatacheza. Kuliko jamaa anacheza game moja kila siku, sisi tumetoka ile tuko nyumbani tuko tumeenda maandamano.
Sawa, asante sana Desmond.
But what are we expecting from the coach?
Yeah.
He's never won nothing. You know, I wonder when he was appointed as the Chelsea coach. I was so happy because I knew Chelsea was no longer an opponent this season. They were no longer going to be an opponent because look at his record. He's never won nothing. So I'm wondering what Shitera is telling us here.
No,
not
me. Ericsson.
He's expecting
because they want Sarri to remain so that Chelsea cannot win.
We can continue crushing Chelsea.
We asked you, are coaches more powerful? That's the question of the day. Are players more powerful than coaches in modern football? And we have some reactions using on the hashtag Daybreak. I believe there's some tweets. Let's take a look at them right now. Na amesema kwamba anataka maandamano, amenifurahisha sana. Kega Shima anasema, will some of these players earn more and better pays than their coaches? Thus, when in the field, it's hawezi linganisha ardhi na mbingu. Felix Rono says, Kepa was misunderstood, but having seen his name up for substitution, he should have just gone off, disrespecting the coach and teammates. Mauricio Sarri has no place in Chelsea. He will be sacked very soon. Julio Paul says, coaches are obviously more powerful. For one to play football, his discipline must be of unquestionable levels. Kepa's action were a show of huge disrespect, not only to the team, but to the football stage at large. EPL board ought to take action. Jamal Asir says, yes, due to overcommercialization of football, players rake in profits for the club with image rights and shirt sales. And this is the last one. Kalebu 73, they shouldn't be. That was completely irresponsible, foolish, and completely out of order for Kepa to refuse to be substituted. And then we also have one SMS. There's a Liverpool fans branch chair, Pale Isiolo. And Asema Kepa was wrong. Sarri knew there was someone who could stop those spot kicks better. That was Caballero, I think. Sarri anafaa kumkulisha bench for the remainder of the season.
But before,
also known as, what was it called, the hair dryer treatment.
But before mukulishe bench, atamukulisha akiwa happy. I don't see Sarri lasting.
So naona Sarri atawiz.
Sarri ndiye atakula, acha bench, atakula nje.
Atakula outside. All right. Well, let's come locally as well and also talk about Dennis Oliech and the game Gor Mahia and Gor Mahia and his woes therein. Let's begin with that. Dennis the Menace Oliech refused to play, but I believe we have that game. Let's take a look at the game first. That is the Gor Mahia game. Do we have it? All right, but it's going to be teed up in a while, even as we welcome back John Kianda. But let's start there, Arocho. Do you still, you know, when we talk about Gor Mahia, we have said here time and time again that their structures are working, everything is okay. But what do you think about what happened in terms of Dennis Olech's situation and him refusing to play?
Well, first of all, the wage bill at Gor Mahia is way up there. I think Gor Mahia, as a team, they need really to work on their wage bill. Because that is really affecting them. As far as the playing unit is concerned, so far they're doing so well. They won that match, and I believe they're going to play Tusker on Wednesday before they travel on Friday to Algeria and play Algeria on Sunday. Coming back to your question, I think Dennis Oliech is in a catch-22. Why am I saying so? Dennis has gone through a very rough time with his late mom. May God rest her soul. And since then, he's been trying to bring back his image, trying to bring back his playing moments. And he was given a commitment that is going to be given 2 million as his signing fee. Initially, the money was to be paid in installments, and the biggest installment was to be paid when the CAF money came in. The CAF money came in last week, about 13 million, because it's somehow something close to 27 million that is normally the CAF money when you qualify for the group stages. So normally you're given 13 million initially, and then it is going to be broken down towards the end of the group stages. But look at the wage bill. One Gor Mahia match costs close to 3 to 4 million. If they are playing a match at home, it's somehow 2 to 3 million. And when they're going away, it's about 4 million. Look at the matches so far they've played. Gor has played a total of 6 matches before they move to the group stages. That's an average of about 8 to 12 million that they've so far consumed. And look at the kind of income that comes in. Currently, their sponsor is only paying for the players' salaries. So there's a very big deficit at Gor Mahia. As much as you'd like to blame Gor Mahia as a team for not paying Dennis Oliech, they're having a very big kind of deficit. But you also have to look at Dennis. Dennis needs money. He needed, and the promise was, when the CAF money comes, he's going to be paid 1 million out of that. Then the coming season is going to be paid the other million. So it's a catch-22. And I believe that Gor Mahia, as a team, they need to come out and tell their members that, guys, we are running short of cash that comes in. Because when you look at 27 million, it's something big. But when you start breaking it down into matches, you will realize that there's no... the cash is not that big.
There was some money that was released, and I saw somebody asking if the 50 million was part of that. That could go a long way in helping some of the...
That was for Harambee Stars, not for Gor.
I'm just saying,
and I think...
mtu akicomment kwa Twitter nasema hii 50 million kama wangepewa kama national team tungesema haya Dennis shika
apewe yake, but Dennis so far hayuko kwa national team, and I think when teams makes their signing, they are in Europe inaitwa summer transfer. I don't sijui Kenya inaitwa aje. But when winter and summer, when teams make their signings, I think it's high time for club managements to look at their wage bill, as Arocho said, because it makes no sense to sign a player of Oliech's caliber. We promise him way much heavens, and you don't give it back. So I think make a signing knowing where you will get the money.
Right.
So I think Gor Mahia in this case walitaka tu jina ya Oliech, not knowing where they will get their money, but hoping they will get their money. So yes, I think clubs should, because now it brings, in as much as it brought a good name to Gor Mahia, a good face to Gor Mahia, but now see, it's now bringing bringing back a bad face. Yeah, for Gor Mahia not paying its players.
Yes, Ken, you had something. Welcome back.
Thank you. Jeff anataka kuturuka bet huko. You're supposed to give us 20.
But hata kianda akona shati ya Manchester City. Mbona mlinionea?
No. Inaweza kuwa ya Chelsea.
No, trouser ndio ya Chelsea.
Oliech Dennis, great player he is, but I'll give my two sides of that story. Gor owns him money. Just played a clip of Ambrose Richard confirming that by the 28th of this month, Oliech is going to be given his money. That has actually, I can confirm that according to what Ambrose Richard told our reporter yesterday, David Kariuki. Number two, it's important that they sort Oliech his dues. But another thing, Oliech came to football because he wants to revive his career. Unaweza kosa game ya Posta Rangers na Stima.
It's true.
But you cannot miss a big clash that exposes you to the world and the entire continent. I hope he doesn't regret. Because if Oliech played yesterday, you know the market value that is there for a player who plays well in this CAF Champions League or Confederations Cup. Kama ya anataka kuzidi kuchezea Gor Mahia mpaka next year, let him continue missing this kind of matches. But if he wants to leave the club and at least revive his football in Europe, I think yesterday's match, him missing, despite him being owned that amount of money, ilikuwa balanda. Because of the exposure that players get when they're playing in this continental football. So whoever is advising Dennis Oliech, it's important. Actually, we are for him to be given his dues. But missing this type of a game, what if he's benched on this weekend's match? What if atakula bench hizo game zote? What will happen to him? So they know we respect you. We know they are owning you money. But the truth be told, hii exposure alimiss jana. And Gor won. Najua Gor yangeshinda ingekuwa story ingine. Kahata scored, Tuisenge scored. Look at the market value sasa ya Tuisenge mali inaenda. Because he was missed in the match against Petro Teltico. And we saw how Gor suffered.
At least now there's one thing we are.
You are agreeing on
We are agreeing on one thing.
So to me, I hope Dennis Oliech doesn't regret this. And I hope Hassan Oktay also finds that hard to forgive Deno and give him that.
Kwangu nitaambia Menis Oliech, nitamwambia kitu moja, akumbuke vile kocha wa timu ya Harambee Stars aliweza kuzungumza Sebastian Minya, akasema hii kikosi ambayo ameita kwa timu ya Harambee Stars ni players ambao wanataka wajel waweze kujiprepare kucheza kwa timu ya Harambee Stars, lakini kwake Oliech amezoea kuwa katika timu ya Harambee Stars, kwa hivyo kwake akona muda wa kujirevive na kuingia kwa timu ya Harambee Stars. Kwangu mimi kianda na kusupport kwa sababu mechi kama ile ya CAF Confederation Cup kuweza kukosa kwa Dennis Oliech inaendelea kudidimia nafasi yake ya kucheza kwa timu ya Harambee Stars. Kumbuka ile ni mechi ambayo unaweza kuwa una compare ukiangazia kama mechi ambazo zinachezwa Europe. Kuna wachezaji wanakataa kucheza mechi kwa sababu wanataka kuhama klabu. Kumbuka imeweza kuhappen kwa timu zinacheza kwa English Premier League. Mchezaji anakataa kuingia kwa uwanja kwa sababu anataka kuhama ile klabu na kwenda nyingine. Example point, mchezaji kama Berahinho alikataa kuchezea timu ya West Brom akitaka kutoka. Kwa hivyo hata yeye alikataa kucheza kwa timu.
It is sad to see where FC Leopards are. But it's a competition. Whatever you put in is what you get.
Gigo.
You know, Shikanda defended FC Leopards in a very intelligent way last week. And he said that they played well against... The game they played previously was against... Was it? Ulinzi Stars. Yeah. Ulinzi Stars. Akasema, you could see the possession kwa game, you could see the wachezaji wanajituma nini. It is true. But FC Leopards don't need possession now. They need wins. They need 3 points. Mount Kenya United above FC Leopards. Just to remind you, former Nakumatt FC above FC Leopards. Yani, Gor are number 2 so far, sindio? maybe after they win against Tusker,
number
if
3.
all goes well. Bandari is number 1 now, si ndio? FC Leopards is number last. Wewe hata ukienda huko nje ukuja uangalie Kenyan football, na uambiwe ile top team yenye second 12 Premier League titles iko number last. Mule Dan should actually think about himself seriously. Because if you look at his leadership, ndio alishinda FKF Cup wakati fulani recently. But this is dangerous for Kenyan football. This is dangerous for FC Leopards. Na hii kitu, by the way, just copy cut whatever we've been talking about here. It is the same thing. It's nothing new to talk about FC Leopards. So what I'll say is, back to the management. Kuna rescue team. And I just heard it from one of their leaders, Oscar. He said that hii rescue team ukiangalia vizuri tu ndio ile walikuwa narusha mawe wakiwa nje. FC leadership shida, sasa wameletwa ndani. Kuja mpambane.
Handshake.
Muone hii handshake, sasa muone vile mambo inafanyika hapa ndani. This is dangerous for Kenyan football and shame for FC.
For me, I'll start with a very, very strong statement. FC Leopard is going to be in the Kenyan Premier League in 2020. FC Leopard is not going to be relegated. Take that from me. The history that I've had in this game, the kind of attention that is now attracting, take it from me, they will be in the league. We are going to discuss that towards the end of the season, and you'll realize that I was right. What has happened to FC Leopards is self-inflicted. I normally say that soccer is not an event. Soccer is a process. For FC Leopards to find themselves on top of Wazito FC, do you understand me? Wazito is on the second leading so FC Leopards on top of Wazito FC. For FC Leopards to find themselves on top of Wazito FC, it is a process. It has taken close to 2 years to achieve that. So basically, FC Leopards need to revamp themselves. I think the kind of leadership at FC Leopards, the kind of recruitment that they had. I had someone saying on this show last week that some people are being referred to cartels. Anybody who is disorganizing FC Leopards is a cartel. That's why they are referred to as cartels. So once again, I'm going to say it. There's a window that is coming up. FC Leopards is going to recruit 5 players. Take it from me, Oburu. FC Leopards is going to survive. That's my stand.
Let me ask Arocho a question. Kuna hii hesabu zilikuwa zinaitwa probability, si ndio?
Yes.
Si ndio zilikuwa? How many games to the transfer window?
We're having about 3 to 4 matches.
What if they lose all the games? Because probability FC could lose game. Iko high sa iko draw.
Let me answer.
Because if you look at them, if they lose more points, in which they are losing, ile gap hapo chini itakuwa nzito. Itakuwa hiyo points up or down itakuwa mingi sana hata for them to recover with those 5 sides.
A quick response.
I think I'll respond on his behalf.
A quick response. I'm here. Don't speak. They're going to lose against Sofapaka, FC Leopards. They're going to lose against, they're playing Sofapaka and then they're playing Tusker, yes, before the first leg is over. But once they're going to make the recruitment, they're going to do a very strong recruitment. FC Leopards is going to survive. That's my
You know, the good thing is, Mashemeji Dad will still be there in the NSL. Because Gord B is also being promoted to the national.
I think FC Leopards will survive the Kenya Premier League. But it will survive the Kenya Premier League for one reason. KPL cannot survive without FC Leopards and Gor Mahia. So by all means,
when you say by all means,
you see, it's debatable. You see, it's debatable.
What all means is?
Wait, it's debatable on how FC Leopards came back to the Premier League. It's true. Yeah. It's debatable because in 2009, yeah, it's debatable how it came back. So, to me, I think I still stick to what I've been saying again and again. FC Leopards has lacked leadership. Dan Mule was selected by FC Leopards group. He has let down the team, and I think his resignation is long overdue. He needs to have resigned yesterday. Achia team, hata kama mnasema kuna watu wanapigana, kuna wrangles nini, achia team watu ambao wataongoza team, because wakati Gor Mahia upata tabu kidogo tu, you see, you don't wait for you to have pain mwili mzima ndio uende hospitali.
Early symptoms they call it.
Rachier comes out defending his team, akisema kwamba the team is okay in as much as it's not okay. The team is okay.
28 atapata pesa.
28 atapata. Unaona washa communicate ya Oliech. AFC wako na backlog of issues. They have not solved even one. So at this moment utaniambia aje ati FC Leopards iko na leadership.
Ndio anashangaa ukisema wata survive really.
No, wata survive. Nimesema they'll survive because KPL will not be comfortable.
NSL will be comfortable because Gorby is being promoted. Nilipata na mashemeji kwa NSL.
Nilipata nafasi ya kuweza kumsikiza Fred Arocho kwa kipindi chako na nikasikia ile interview ilikuwa nayo ya timu ya FC Leopards na nikasikia wakiongea mambo kuhusu uongozi wa timu ya FC Leopards ambao ukiangalia sasa hivi ni rango zimejaa kwa timu ya FC Leopards na kusema Shikanda wamekuja na rescue team kwa timu ya FC Leopards. Kumbuka kila mtu ako na mahitaji yake. Kuna mtu anaingia pale hata kama anaingia rescue kuna kitu anataka kwa timu ya FC Leopards. Kwa hivyo mimi ya FC Leopards waende tu wakae na wazito NSL.
All right, let's take some even as we rush hapa hivi. Baba Collins amesema wachana na Chelsea. Kogalo is leading team D. That is Collins. Anasema continental
Collins
match. Collins Okoth.
Amesema wachana na Chelsea.
Yusuf Ali Lakicha Dido amesema sisi kama mafans ndio tunaumia watu wa Chelsea. Anasema Sari aende.
Thank you.
Alafu Jaro Soja anasema salimia kina Arocho sana. I'm very happy that Gor won. Uni Jaro Soja, Gor 001.
And I think FC Leopards inafaa ku invite the likes of Akina Jaro Soja.
No, it's a campaign that's on.
Yeah.
The Mashemejis there's a campaign that is on that fans will now be going to FC Leopards matches, not to support the opponent, but to make sure that FC Leopards survive. That's why I said, either way, FC Leopards is going to survive.
Sasa unajua nini? There's an example you always give me on Rhythm Junction. Baba alikuwa anakuambia nini before mtihani?
Baba alikuwa anasema hivi, ukienda mwambie daddy niombe kwa sababu tuko na exam, anakuuliza have you read or will I waste my prayers? So hiyo ndo unatumia kuwasuta AFC.
What hata Kenya mzima iende kwa uwanja support FC. Against let's say Mount Kenya United kwa mfano ama against
Nakumat.
No, there's Nadia kwa third last iko Kenya Premier League. Yeah. As long as you haven't prepared, failing to plan, it's planning.
All right, well, we'll continue to be here. Like Arocho said, God willing, tutakuwa hapa hivi the entire season to monitor that. So we'd like to say asanteni sana all of you guys for making time for us kama kawaida. Also remember that it's going to be a very interesting week. Wednesday, Premier League action is back. So again, we'll inform some of the discussions we'll have over the weekend. The games will be lit. Nasikia tu simu ikivibrate hapa. Oh, ni Jaro Soja nasema kwa sawa. All right.